Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Are you a film fan who loves the ultimate home video experience? Look no further than The Disconnected. Your host, Ryan Verrill, is your go-to source for the latest and most accurate information on home video releases, exclusive interviews with industry insiders and filmmakers, and has established a thriving community where every film and physical media enthusiast feels welcome. From hidden gems to blockbuster hits, The Disconnected brings you insider knowledge and a welcoming space to share your love of cinema. Watch every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific for the live announcements show and follow The Disconnected on social media to stay updated. Subscribe to The Disconnected on YouTube or on the podcast provider of your choice and dive into a world where every movie night is an adventure.
Remember the stories that kept you awake at night.
I'm living in that closet, Dr. Fenner.
Can you still hear the screams?
I love having the children for dinner.
All from your television set.
In the night gallery.
A dark side.
Midnight Viewing, the horror anthology podcast. Join hosts Father Malone, Mike White, and Chris Stashew as they exhume some of the most infamous horror television of all time. Midnight Viewing. From Weirding Way Media.
Until next time.
Weirding Way Media.
Few things can tap into our most base and primal urges quite like music. I'm talking pure, grade, AA id fuel, baby. The right song can enhance the best and even middling, writhing, wriggling, and undulating dance. Imagine the visual image of all of your carnal fantasies moving to the beat of a song most delectable, seductive, and pray tell even raunchy. But what if this infamous Salome had scabies while she was shuckin and jivin in Nisquick, Alabama, as the uterus drying tones of Mary McGregor's Tour Between Two Lovers plays? This is the unholy ground we are visiting tonight here on Noise Junkies. It's strip club from hell time. There's a 2-drink minimum, and in the meantime, I hope you've all had your shots because it's about to get straight up nasty. And speaking of nasty, no.
You're right.
No. I am Heather Drain, one of the Noise Junkies, and I am so happy to see my brethren here. Starting off with the wonderful, the effusive, but never bobusive. I don't even know what that means. Father Malone.
Hey, I've never been referred to as babusive, but I'm going to definitely adopt it from now on. Hey, fellow Noise Junkies, it's been a minute. I'm glad to be back in the booth. Booth the hangar. I don't know. We have a lair. Is it a lair?
It is a lair. It's a lair now.
Nice.
It's a lair now. And of course, our fantastic, the man with the brain, but he gives us no pain. I'm talking about the one and only HP.
How can I follow up that introduction? Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you guys, and it's been a while. And let's do it. Let's talk music.
Oh my gosh, I don't know about you two. I have been itching. I've absolutely all of the scratching is making me itch, to quote Buffalo Gals. But before we get to our deep dive of iniquity and luridness, we got to talk about what we've been listening to, what's been spinning on the old vinyl deck, or metaphorically vinyl deck. But that sounds bad. But HP, what has been haunting your ears lately in the most delectable way?
I love that. So yeah. So usually I come up with an album that I'm listening to, but this week's a little different. So there's an apocryphal story that one time someone walked up to Jimi Hendrix and asked him, "What's it like to be the best guitarist in the world?" And according to the myth, Hendrix replied, "I don't know. You'll have to ask Rory Gallagher." So I've been listening to Rory Gallagher. Now, Gallagher, if for folks who don't know, was one of the preeminent blues singer guitarists of the late 60s and early 70s. That's when he got his start, along with folks like the aforementioned Hendrix, Clapton, Alvin Lee, so on and so forth. I've been a fan of Gallagher since I saw him featured with his band, the power trio Taste, in the movie Message to Love, the Isle of Wight Festival 1970.
Take away that shit.
Performed in an incredible set. And if you watch the movie of their set, they were one of the few that actually got called back for an encore, which is cool when you're dealing with a set, a group that includes The Doors, The Who, all of these great bands. Taste was incredible. And Rory Gallagher was amazing. So
And that crowd were so angry, and yet they're like, "We like you." So
they were. And I will get into Message to Love. It's one of my favorite documentaries of all time. If you haven't seen it, see it. But it's kind of like the dark side of the Summer of Love.
And they built it with their love, you bastards.
That's a direct quote of the MC, Ricky. It's fantastic. Again, Gallagher is commonly referred to as the greatest guitarist you've never heard of, which is really a damn shame, in my opinion. Musicians like Brian May, Bob Geldof, The Edge, and so many more cite Rory Gallagher as both a favorite and a primary influence. And he had a wide palette of styles. He could play hard electric blues. He could do acoustic blues folk. He could play an incredibly searing slide guitar, and his live shows were legendary. And in fact, in 1974, he famously insisted on playing in Belfast during the violent conflict in Northern Ireland. This is a time where very few artists would choose to play there. It was dangerous. And he didn't care. He was a man of the people. Fun fact, Rory bought his iconic 61 Fender Stratocaster in 1963 for £100 at a little music store in Cork. Legend has it, it was actually the first Stratocaster ever to reach Ireland, which is pretty amazing. And also, according to Rory's brother Donald, who was his tour manager for his whole life, Rory had a rare blood type that caused his sweat to be especially acidic. And this caused the finish on his Sunburst Strat to wear off over time, all the way down to the wood. If you ever see pictures of his beaten up old Stratocaster, you'll see that there's hardly any finish left. He's just worn through it because of the power and strength of his live shows and all the sweat, the acidic sweat, kind of like an alien or something coming off of his body and stripping the finish off of his guitar. It's remarkable.
HP. Was he an alien?
He might have been an alien. He might have come down from... Seriously, I've never heard of anybody's sweat being so acidic that it would wear through the finish on a guitar.
Coupled with the talent is my point.
Well, he was kind of like a throwback to a real authentic blues man. He was this kind of guy who he didn't like recording in the studio. He didn't like doing much of anything except coming into town, breaking out his band and his guitars, playing an incredible set, and then on to the next town. That's all he wanted to do in life. He didn't have time for relationships. He didn't have time for any of that stuff. He just played his music, wanted to get it out to the most number of people that he could and move on.
Welcome to the end. Welcome to the end. Welcome to the end.
And sadly, he died far too young. But he left a wonderful catalog, of which I would recommend if you want to have a primer of Rory Gallagher. You should check out the song Sinner Boy, which is one of the songs he performed at the Isle of Wight in 1970. And his solo catalog is incredible too. He has a song called Laundromat, which is off his first solo album, which is fantastic. And he does an amazing cover of a Lead Belly song called Out on the Western Plains, which I'm sure we'll be playing right now.
Now I'm me and a bunch of cowboys, no end to Jesse James.
Hey, the magic of editing.
Did he ever do a shitty cover of I Shot the Sheriff or Crossroads by any chance?
Thank you for bringing that up, because we're not here as noise junkies to really crap. I mean, if you love Eric Clapton, that's your business.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
No, I'll crap on Clapton.
Yeah, this is a Noise Junkies united front, I think. Everyone's allowed to like what they like, and certainly people grew up with that and whatever, but fuck that guy and fuck his music. It was always anemic to begin with, first of all. I never believed his fucking white boy bullshit, just covering great black bluesmen from the fucking United States South. And on top of everything, the horrible, horrible racism.
Yeah.
It's hard to get away from his historically documented instances of someone who claims to be an exponent of the blues and the authentic blues. He definitely has some very regressive worldviews, and he's apparently, at least when he was still strung out on heroin and drunk, he said a lot of nasty things live. So yeah, if you're going to knock on him, for sure, that's target number one.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. He was the weak link in Cream.
Damn right he was.
I could not agree more with you. Jack Bruce was Ginger Baker was, it begins and ends there. The man was a force of nature, but Jack Bruce was an incredible bass player. He has a wonderful voice. I agree. I would say that's a true statement, and we'll probably get into that. Maybe we'll have a future episode of, bands we want to shit on, and that'll be topic number one.
Eric Clapton should have called his album Raping the Blues, because that's what he did. That's what he did. Fuck that guy. But HP, to your point, we are Noise Junkies. We talk from love. I love your picks. I also am years old, learning that it's Rory Gallagher. I've been saying Gallagher like a noob all these years, so I'm glad to be informed.
Well, if nothing else, I love during this podcast to be able to shine a light on musicians and bands that maybe aren't so well known. But I would say, run, don't walk to your local record store or go to Spotify. Check out Rory Gallagher. If you love great blues, authentic blues, and in any style you want, you won't be disappointed. So Rory Gallagher, go check him out.
Hell yeah. I love that. I love that pick. I love your description of it, your passion. That's so cool. And speaking of passion, and speaking of men who might be from out of this world, Father Malone.
I'm from deep within this world, unfortunately.
What have you been listening to?
Do you guys ever get so monomaniacal that you just find a song and then you play it over and over and over again? Like you put it on repeat,
Yes, yes.
1000%.
Right? And you'll listen to it for, hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Till I get sick of it, yeah.
Whew. Okay, just making sure, because I feel like a mutant sometimes, because I've always been this way. And it used to be really hard to be that way, because to listen to a song over and over again, it wasn't as easy as putting it on repeat. You would have to put it on a tape and make the tape of that tape, and then keep making tapes of that tape to get that song once over and over again. And then, put it on A/B repeat once it got into the tape recorder. Anyway, so a song recently popped into my head that kind of did this to me. It was on a soundtrack album from 1985. I didn't own that album, but it was hard to escape that year. As soon as I name the flick, you're going to know the song. It's from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Now, it's not We Don't Need Another Hero. Okay? That's the Wildly Popular radio song. The song, by the way, is by Tina Turner, the late great Tina Turner. Okay. Do you guys know the song that I'm talking about here?
I don't.
One of the living.
One of the fucking living. Which is the
great song.
Opening song. See, We Don't Need Another Hero is a perfect song to end that movie. It's a perfect song for the end credits. But One of the Living, holy God, it's the perfect song to open the movie. You know, some songs have an ineffable quality when they're on a soundtrack. They have a meaning beyond their meaning for the film. You don't need to have maybe fallen in love with a spy who loved you. But, you know, when you're listening to Carly Simon sing, you might be able to imagine somebody when they're saying nobody does it better. Or maybe you're hoping somebody's thinking it about you. But some songs sort of transcend it. This song does not do that. This song is not interested in that. This song is from the fucking Mad Max movie. Listen to some lyrics in this song. This is Tina Turner singing.
We can't stop the pain of your children crying out in your head. Oh, they always said that the living would envy the dead.
No, you can't stop the pain of your children crying out in your head. Oh, they always said that the living would envy the dead. This is the opening to the song for this movie, right? The song is a fucking perfect encapsulation of 1980s sort of power rock ballad. It's so perfect because it has Tina Turner, who is turned her attention to rock and roll at this point, right? This is her sort of comeback period. And thank God she did, because rock and roll needed her as much. Do you remember songs in your youth that used to talk about how rock and roll was like never going to die?
Right.
At the time, I always used to think, well, yeah, naturally, it's dead. It's dead. I'm sorry. But the song has everything you could ever want. It has like industrial drums, and it has a big saxophone from a big saxophone player because Tim Capello is on the album.
Yes.
Yes.
You send both songs from Tina Turner on this thing. And what's weird is in the movie, Tina Turner's character, Auntie Entity, my favorite Mad Max villain character name, or character name in general, Auntie Entity, she has a saxophone player, but it's this chubby guy in a diaper. And it should be Tim Capello in that hypnotic fucking cod piece of his. Anyway, just a total missed opportunity anyway. Okay, One of the Living, the song written by Holly Knight. Okay.
Oh, I love Holly Knight.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, good. If you don't know who she is, first of all, she's playing keyboards and singing backup on One of the Living, right? So here are some of her other tunes she's written. She did songs for Legend of Billie Jean and Vision Quest, Thelma and Louise. She wrote the theme song for the TV series Angel, and she'll always have a place in my heart for writing Here Comes the Bride of Frankenstein for Elvira.
The bride broke down in tears of joy. Well, actually, she fell apart. Here comes the bride.
The bride of Frankenstein.
Here comes the bride.
Oh my God. Oh, God. Holly Knight was also in a really underrated band called Device. I highly recommend anybody to seek out Device for a fantastic band. And Obsession she co-wrote with Michael DeBar. I think you can hear that demo on YouTube now. The original demo with her and Michael.
Like a butterfly, a wild butterfly, I will collect you and capture you. You are an obsession, you're my obsession. Who do you want me to be to make you sleep with me? You are an obsession.
It has a different tenor than the Emotion, but it's fantastic. It's a lot more sinister and sexual because Michael DeBar, hello.
Naturally.
Like, he's so amazing. So good. Yeah, I love Holly Knight. So what a cool pick. I didn't know she did this.
Absolutely. And
she's fantastic.
I had remembered the song from the film, right? And in fact, I saw this film opening day, so I remember hearing it for the first time, and I thought it was unusual to be hearing a song being sung by an actor in the movie for my, I don't know, what, 85, so it was what, we were 13, 12? 12 in my head, I was like, is this supposed to be from her character's point of view, or is this Tina Turner? Like, anyway, when I started listening to this song, I've been listening to the cut on the album, obviously. I watched the movie. The track that opens the movie is different. It's like the demo version. It's like what they recorded on the set and then just threw into the movie, and then she re-recorded it. It's so much better than the fucking polished album version.
So now you're gonna shoot bullets of fire. Don't wanna fight, but sometimes you got to. You're so survivor, and there's just one thing you got to know, that 10 more thousand miles to go, because you're walking on the living.
It's loose and rough and it feels desperate, just like the movie. Anyway, both versions are great. Tina Turner, One of the Living, go check it out.
And I love, this is what brings up, is each one of us always picks something so wildly different from each other. So it's like a sampler, like we're doing a sampler platter. Because my pick is, there's a band I recently have discovered thanks to my friend Bradley J. Cornish, who does the Movies from Hell podcast. And this is a British band called the Cardiacs. And how I have not discovered this band until recently, I have no idea, because they formed in the early 80s. And oh my God, it's if you love Mr. Bungle and Sea Shanties and Frank Zappa and I don't know, motherfucking brilliance, check this band out. The Cardiacs are phenomenal. Their stuff is not on Spotify, but it's on YouTube. Definitely look out for the song Tarred and Feathered.
It's like the end that's at the time.
And there's also a whole video, it's like 22 minutes they did, called Seaside Treats, which has like irreverent surrealism humor, great editing. It just, the songs are so phenomenal. And like the wordplay that the lead singer and main guy, Tim, who's no longer with us, but he's so, my God, his wordplay is phenomenal. He's such a poet. In his like time, like if you're somebody that geeks out over time signatures and just being like, wow, there's like 3 or 4 different songs going on at once, but it's seamless. This band does that. And but yeah, it's unlike anything I've ever heard. I have been so obsessed with them. I've been listening to them nonstop for weeks, to the point where I'm probably going to, if I ever get a tattoo, I may get one this year. I am not tattooed, but I know, but if I do, I may get something Cardiacs related. I'm that in love with them. We'll see. But since we do a Spotify list, my Spotify pick that is available is, and there's an individual track called La 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 La, but it's off the Deep Throat Anthology compilation. La 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 la, which has the soundtrack to both Deep Throat 1 and Deep Throat 2. Deep Throat, of course, that adult film golden age classic that helped usher in Porto Chic, made by auteur extraordinaire Gerard Damiano. I'm a huge Damiano fan, and he was a complete artist.
I'm familiar with his work.
And Deep Throat had such a bonkers soundtrack because it had an original soundtrack. It includes like the most demented cover of Love is Strange, the Mickey and Sylvia song. I do also like the Johnny Thunders cover of that, but that's neither here nor there. But Deep Throat 2 is a terrible movie. Damiano did not make it. That was Joe Sarno, and it's R-rated. And it seems so bizarre to me to make a sequel to all films Deep Throat and not make it not have Deep Throat in it. Like, but
they just suggested it in this movie. They just sort of like mime it.
I was just like, oh,
shadows in the corner, like you see that.
No, it's not even do that. I mean, there's like word illusions, but it's like, like, oh, you mean that my secret tingle or whatever. I don't know.
They all showed up for Deep Throat for the witty banter.
Deep Throat's got some great lines. Come on. Do you mind if I smoke while you eat and the guy's about to go down on her? That's just hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
There's some great lines in Deep Throat. I will fucking fight for this movie.
Okay, but if you remove the pornography, would you still say it's a great movie?
I mean, but the whole thing is like the whole plot of the movie is cruxed on the pornography.
Exactly.
So
the script works in tandem with the images. You can't
exactly
one without the other.
It's integrated like two lovers, but you gotta say it like that, two lovers. But Deep Throat 2 has a really great pieces of music that are if you're into like lounge music, like I am, like imagine like swanky Barbarella type lounge music. It has that. And there's one song on it that's completely derivative of Spooky by the Classics 4, but I love Spooky, and I'm even happy to hear a loungy derivative of it. So, but there's one that goes like la 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 la, and it's called that, and then again, it's just a lady going, Linda Lovelace.
Wow.
It's great. It's great. So that's my Spotify pick, but seriously, check out the Cardiacs. They are fucking amazing.
Let me add them.
Oh, I will. I'll send some links. But speaking of amazing and terrifying, without further ado, our main feature coming to the stage, Strip Club from Hell. This is where the three of us have been tasked with picking 3 songs that are going to do the complete opposite, as you might have gathered from the intro, of tantalizing and exotic dancers. Wares, movements,
sure.
Dance, sir. Some of us get a little prosy. Some of us are just going straight to the rotted roadkill meat of it all.
I'm the prosy one.
And I think
you and I.
Yeah, but since you spoke up, Father Malone, take us to the limit.
Okay. Before I take us to the actual venue, I just want to say that this was actually a difficult assignment because even songs that you think, well, that could not be sexy, could be sexy. Like it's difficult to find a song where the music and emotion of the tune are so completely off that you would never want to hear
it. I think some of my choices will test that theory, Father Malone.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. For me, what I avoided was the I didn't want any sort of like obvious children's songs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Yeah,
anything like
sense.
that. Just anything that isn't sort of naturally ironic. But anyway, for my first choice, I'm going to a real world venue. This is in Massachusetts. DB's Golden Banana, world famous.
Right across from the Scabaret, another
Yes.
famous local establishment.
Never been to the cabaret, but
You missed out
oh, you went to the cabaret?
several times. Yeah.
Oh, I do feel like so, HP and
Nice.
HP and I went to the Golden Banana together. However,
We did.
it was okay. Here we go. Ready? Golden Banana.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
describe it in my.
I have it in my head. Go for it.
Bet you do.
Tonight we are at the Golden Banana, which is overlit to the extreme.
That's right, you can see all of your fellow perverts in startling detail all around you. Taking the stage, it's Jocasta. All hair curlers and housecoat. Facial moisturizer smeared just so for that ultimate evocation that makes Mrs. Doubtfire. And the club's sound system is pumping out Mother by the Police. From Synchronicity, that's right, Andy Summers' ode to the paranoia and codependent bonds found between mother and son. It's a night of negligees and neuroses as Jocasta peels back layers of lavender-scented Holly Hobby nightshirt and childhood trauma in equal measure. If the song's jangly arrhythmia doesn't set you on edge, then perhaps Jocasta's chiding, disappointed glare will push you into full-blown clinical sexiness. She extends the aerial of a cordless house phone and slices through her already porous legs pantyhose. Yes, that telephone is ringing. Yes, it's Mother on the phone. Sidling to the edge of the stage, she lifts her now bare leg and hovers her foot over an empty glass. Producing a can of tab from somewhere within the folds of the housecoat, she pours a shot down her leg and into the glass. The journey is long, as the effervescent river must navigate a landscape of depilatory damage and varicose veins. But it will taste all the sweeter. Please, Mother, don't devour me. Let this poor boy enjoy his 1-calorie beverage. It's brimming with flavor, just like Jocasta. Ask her boy, Eddie.
Oh my lord. Why did I have you start? Because now me and HB gotta follow that. Okay, first of all, arrhythmia. You used arrhythmia. I love that. Also, I said from hell, not from heaven.
Oh, was that heavenly?
Oh my God. I'm sliding off the seat. No, I'm sorry. But the fact that you're bringing in not only something that is connective tissue for you and HP,
yes,
as young lads,
the golden banana and my worst nightmare, not my worst nightmare, but certainly a nightmare, which is somebody dancing to that song, but actually really embodying the song.
Can we agree that's the worst Police song in their whole catalog?
Ooh. I will not commit to that until I have their entire catalog in front of me.
I don't think I'm with Father Malone on that. That's hard. That's hard.
How about, well, I mean, they've only got what, 6 or 7 albums. I'm not as familiar with their catalog as maybe I should be, but
in fact, without having seen the catalog in front of me, I'm going to disagree and say that there's probably a song worse than Mother. Because I can listen to Mother.
That's a skip-a-rooney for me.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want to see a stripper perform to it at all.
No,
no, that we can agree on.
But I don't know the tab, the vagina tab.
Oh,
that's the implication.
It's from somewhere. It's from somewhere.
She's using her nethers as nature's igloo cooler. I don't recommend that.
Listen, by the way, this show did exist, and that's why the Golden Banana is now closed. No, I'm kidding. They're closed now, right, HP?
No, they're still operating.
Oh my God, maybe I should take this back so they don't sue me.
I think DB is no longer with us, but I think it's still the pride of Route 1 in Danvers. It's still there.
I'll be sure to tag them and still be proud.
Yeah,
that's right. The cabaret may be gone though. That I'm not sure about.
Damn, I'll never get to see amateur night on Tuesday night.
I love it that you called it the scabaret, HP. I noticed that word play.
Well, that I can't take credit for that. That's just regionally how it's colloquially sort of referred to, but it's a very accurate nom de plume, as it were.
HP, did you ever go to the Squire?
I've driven by it a million times, but I've never actually been to the Squire. Have you?
No, I have not. The hometown.
That's in Revere, right?
Yeah, Revere, Massachusetts. There's one strip, the Squire strip club. It's just like on the outskirts, but it's over next to this gigantic movie theater. Yeah, I never went to the Squire.
Is it owned by Billy?
Billy Squire. Oh,
No, the funny thing is it's actually owned by Chris Squire from Yes, in fact.
That would, I love
that's a terrible
him.
joke.
I love Chris Squire. You know what else I love? Hearing what you have to offer for your first choice, HP. Bring it.
All right. I will bring it.
Is that a tab? Did you just take a swig of tab?
Fresca.
No.
That was my other choice. Was going to be Fresca.
There you go. No, Tab is a good call. Do they still make Tab, by the
Yes.
way? Can you still
Yeah.
buy it?
Yes.
Oh. Welcome to the Cheetah's Playpen. That's rather slow for a Tuesday morning, but let's be honest. It's slow all of the time. Things just haven't been the same in this town since the Ford factory shut down. Clarence Bud Budinger wanders in and takes his usual place at the bar. His wife left him nearly 6 months ago and took the kids with her. But Bud's always been a glass half full kind of guy, so he's looking at this as time well spent to do some work on himself. And by do some work on himself, that means drink until he can no longer remember his own name. Bud smiles at the bartender and motions for a drink. Bartender returns his smile with a scowl, pours cheap whiskey in a dirty shot glass, and snarls, "This is all you get, Bud, until you pay your tab. Drink up and get the hell out of here." With a wink, Bud toasts, "To your health," and throws down the whiskey with barely a grimace. Bud catches the eye of the dancer wandering on stage. She goes by Lovely Lena, even though everyone knows she's Nancy Billings, the ex-police chief's youngest daughter. She limps her way over to Bud. He whispers something into her ear, to which she replies, "Oh, the usual. Follow me." She leads him to a cold, bare room to the left of the stage. Bud hands her a battered cassette tape, which she puts into an old boombox in the corner and hits play. The sound of Melissa Manchester's 1978 hit, "Don't Cry Out Loud," creep in over the small radio's blown speakers. Melissa Manchester's wounded voice fills the space.
Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside and learn how to hide your feelings.
Melissa Manchester was one of his ex-wife's favorite singers, and this song reminds him of the good times. Well, actually, there weren't too many of those, come to think of it, but at least it reminds him of any time that wasn't now. At least Bud could feel something for the precious minutes the song played for her. Nancy lumbers around the room in a poor imitation of dance while Bud closes his eyes and smiles. Yes, indeed, he thinks to himself, it's going to be a good day today.
And if you should fall, remember you almost made it. Don't cry out.
Oh, God damn.
So, oh my God.
Oh my God. I legit like tears.
Totally.
I went
thanks.
on such a journey with that. I went
Christ.
from to depressed to like cry for help to utter sheer delight.
Oh, yeah. Utter elation at that choice. Good work. Don't cry out loud. Just keep
Somehow-
it inside.
Yeah, that was when the brief came down for this. That somehow was one of the first songs I thought of, was because I don't know, I've always hated that song. That
Same.
is so
Same.
overwrought and overly like histrionic. And I don't hate Melissa Manchester, whatever, she's fine. But I used to hear that song all the time on the radio when my mom would drive me to school and stuff. And it's just so, I don't know, man. It's just
What a
so
message
over the
in
top.
that song, by the way. What the fuck? Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. Like, the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
No rage. Kill.
It is peculiar. The message really is just don't express your feelings. If you're feeling sad, just keep it all bottled up inside and learn how to hide those feelings. It's an awful.
up, Manchester. Just shut your mouth.
Yeah, somebody just, who hurt you, Gurry?
What was
Seriously.
her big song? Does her baby take the morning train? Does he work?
No, that was Sheena Easton. She did. Melissa Manchester did Gloria.
No,
Oh,
no.
that's Laura
You will
Branigan.
not besmirch my queen, Laura Branigan.
Oh, Laura. Okay. Oh, then she did not do Self Control. That was
No.
also Laura Branigan.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm about to. Now I'm just upset.
Wow.
See, I get roller
you
coaster.
just built up with that story, man.
Laura Branigan's gonna haunt you, dude.
So, you know what she did? You know what she did? I forgot about this song. This is also a terrible song. You should hear how she talks about you.
Oh, I love that song. That's a good song.
I have a soft
that
spot.
song.
I have a soft spot for that song. I mean, it's better than "Don't Cry Out Loud."
Well, that's a very low bar to crawl over. So,
Who sang "My Baby Takes the Morning Train"?
Sheena Easton.
Oh, was Sheena Easton?
Yeah,
it was Sheena Easton.
And that song is terrible.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible song. But if it was Melissa Manchester, she would get a pass because it was Melissa Manchester. For Sheena Easton, that's a terrible song for Sheena Easton. Agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah,
She needs Prince.
Yeah, I was going to say that this was not Sugar Walls. She really needs Prince to, zhuzh up her for sure.
You know, Malone's dancer, she had sugar-free walls.
She did. One
of that
calorie
ham.
delight. It's brimming with flavor. By the way, that was Tab's actual, like their first slogan was "It's brimming with flavor."
Oh God, it just you can't make this shit up. It's so perfect. Oh my God. Well, I believe it's my turn.
Yes.
Go for it. Let's hear this.
All right. Wow. Ladies and gents, coming to the stage over here at the Grits and Gravy is Molly Rugrash Turpentine. If you love scabby knees, tramp stamps of Waylon Jennings dressed as the Morton Salt Girl, and random home invasions, then our Molly is the sweetheart of your heart and loins. Her song of choice? The full 8 minutes and 30 seconds album cut of DOA by Bloodrock. As the sirens in this classic rock ode to dying in a plane crash go off, Molly shows off her finest water sprinkler dance. This little filly also has a little party trick in the form of a fake arm that she likes to remove when the singer cries out,
I tried to move my arm and there's no feeling. And when I look, I see there's nothing there.
Molly's also known for taking smoke breaks at the 6-minute mark, which doubles as a side hustle whenever she's able to weasel a handy from a lucky audience member using her artificial appendage.
I remember we were flying low and hit something in the air.
Oh my
that was-
gosh.
That is a fantastic choice. I only recently in the last few years learned about that song DOA. That is a ridiculous fucking song.
I mean, love it.
It's a plane crash, right? That's the whole thing. It's a guy who's in a plane crash and it's him dying and the blood is leaving his body as he's it's awful. It's an awful song.
It was banned, like various radio stations wouldn't play it. They refused to play it. What fact I found out when researching for this episode that I thought was really haunting is I guess it was a popular choice to play in Vietnam.
I could see that, but I mean, Vietnam was a very confusing time.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a pass.
Let's just say I was testing the bounds of reality.
I wonder if young Oliver Stone was listening to it out there in the jungles, dreaming of his Doors biopic.
Oh my God. Honestly, I wish more Vietnam era movies would use something like this as opposed to hearing fucking CCR or the 80th time.
Oh my God.
Hendrix. Yeah.
We get it already.
Yeah. Get it. He's a fortunate son because they didn't serve in the war. It's irony.
The Four Tops were still a band in 69. They probably listened to them in Vietnam too. Come on, baby.
And I'm begging you now, no, don't you let him. Woo! Don't let him take your love from me. Oh.
But yeah, that was my immediate pick. For years, I have thought about the Ultimate Strip Club from Hell playlist, and this has always been one of my top choices. And ironically, I would love to see a stripper dance to this, but
it gets tricky, right? Like you can actually imagine it. Like, well, you know what? If they did this and that with it, you have to tailor the act to the song, or else it becomes sexy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It would Like, this is no bump and grind. This, we're talking art here. We're talking handies. We're talking side hustles. We're talking taking lemons and saying, lemons. I love lemons. So,
More lemons.
give me. So, yes, that is my pick. Now, pick number 2. Father Malone, take us away on this magical voyage.
We'll be taking a detour with my next choice. That's not a state highway mandated detour, but it will require you to take the upcoming off-ramp and then a left and a quarter of a mile beyond that. If you reach the truck stop, you've gone too far. You know the club. You've seen it advertised on billboards for the past 400 miles. Images of corn-fed dames fill in your mind. Those Midwest farmers' daughters sung about so innocently by Brian Wilson and so goddamn lasciviously by Diamond Dave. They've got to be the main attraction out here in the middle of nowhere. So many packed, tight agricultural schools. Can you imagine the flesh, unsullied by the vice and corruption of urban, sprawling American cities? Another billboard. That's your exit.
Welcome to Ruby and Pearl, Southern Wyoming's answer to the Moulin Rouge. Tuesday night is amateur night, every night is ladies' night.
This is actually technically Ruby and Pearl's 2. The original sat on that burnt-out concrete slab a couple hundred yards over that way. But that place was real low class, and hardly anyone remembers it. And those that do don't recall it ever being very good. Well, almost everyone.
Please put your hands together for Agnes. It ain't the years, it's the mileage. Agnes is a hyphenate. She has both. Some might call her a veteran. If so, happy Veterans Day. And she's indulging her theatrical side tonight, beginning her performance seated at a vanity mirror at the center of the club's meager stage. That sorrowful tinkling of the ivories can only mean one thing. Here they come, and so will you. Dancing to You Don't Bring Me Flowers by Barbara Streisand and Neil Diamond, Agnes. Agnes.
You couldn't wait to love me. Used to hate to leave me. Now after loving me, let it now.
Well, it's good for you, babe. And you're feeling alright.
Relive the end of that era of excess that was the 1970s as all the boomer dreams of free love and zero responsibilities begin to crumble in every direction. But first, in their own hearts. Now come on, fellas, let's toss up a bit of cash. Like used to be's, they'll just lay on the floor till Agnes sweeps them away. She's teaching you to laugh and lie in equal measure as she disinterestedly lets her clothing drop and puddle on the ground. Is she crying? Are you? Agnes is clad in a floral print-matching bra and G-string. It represents not just the literal interpretation of You Don't Bring Me Flowers, but can be seen as a symbol of the entire flower power movement. Like that sad generation's nationwide temper tantrum, it hints at something greater beneath. But let's not forget, it's Agnes up there. A blue spotlight bathes her. It's a color they avoid in casinos. Enhances your age. They avoid mirrors there as well. Agnes is a hyphenate. She has both. But what she doesn't have is you. But that's okay, just roll over and turn out the light. I'm talking to you, Joe, the lighting guy. Turn it off, Joe. Turn it off.
You don't bring me flowers anymore.
Oh my God. Olay. I love.
Wow. That's, a callback to the spoken word episode. There were moments in that I think are positively Ken Nordine-esque.
Oh, the highest praise I could ever receive. Certainly not warranted, but thank you.
No, it's like when you say, is she crying? Are you? That's totally out of the Nordine handbook right there.
Okay, well, that's just me, swiping from the best.
No,
That's great.
Excellent, Cole. I'm with HP all the way. And you must take your compliment, good sir. That was phenomenal. Also, on so many levels, phenomenal writing and speaking, but also phenomenal choice. Because Lord, I feel like whatever the opposite, infertility is caused by that fucking song. There are people, cows become barren if somebody's playing that fucking song nearby.
I remember as a HP, like you said, I remember hearing a song that my mother playing that song, or not, she's not playing, it was just on the radio, but sitting in the back seat of the car while Neil Diamond and Barbara Streisand whined to each other that their fucking horrible relationship was finally over, and seething even then at the boomers.
Well, this was we were probably our moms were probably listening to the same radio station because that was invariably that would come around at some point. You don't bring me flowers, and it was very much adult contemporary radio at that point was filled with songs like that.
Remember You Light Up My Life?
Debbie Boone. You remember they did a TV movie. Who is Didi Cohn played Debbie Boone? It was her life story. Like it was that interesting.
Did she lip sync, or did Didi Cohn step up like Val Kilmer in that biopic of The Doors by Oliver Stone?
Jim Morrison, the god of rock.
I don't think she did a Sissy Spacek coal miner's daughter. I think she lip synced it.
That's way below to tone that. That was hilarious. And yes, I think that's my memory too, HP, of that is that it was a total lip sync. Lip sync job. Good Lord. Also, I think honorable mention, Cliff Richard's, what is it? Like, it's so funny how we don't talk anymore.
Oh, I like that song.
Great song.
Do you know what you got? It's so funny how we don't talk anymore.
I love that song. Get out of here.
I'm sorry, Devil Woman or nothing when it comes to Cliff Richard for me, because Devil Woman rules.
You got to agree to disagree. For some reason, that song never really. I see what you're saying. It was definitely on the radio, probably around that time, but I didn't have that visceral reaction like I did for these songs that we're discussing, for sure.
That's okay, because you know why? Because it's your turn. I want you to take us.
All right.
Us on a trip that will scar us.
I promise nothing, but here we go. Welcome to Calculus of Sadness, the newest sensation in Germany's Wunderstrasse district. The bouncer, dressed in plasticine lederhosen, unhooks the velvet rope and stands aside, allowing you to enter the club. It's dark as your soul. And yet the smell of beer, bratwurst, and aloofness has never felt so welcoming. You make your way to a small black metal table, walking past people equally interested in maintaining an air of superiority and melancholy bliss. The server glides to your table and asks, "What is it that brings any of us to this place? Would you care for a libation that can never fill that aching in your heart?" "Absinthe," you reply, and make it slow. On stage, a dancer named Shasta is patrolling the stage, daring the customers to look into her eyes. "Look into the face of failure," she shouts to no one in particular. "Feel something, anything." The sound system is playing some brass oompa music, but you decide a change of mood is critical. You choose song L18 on the jukebox, one that has never failed to set the mood properly. Suddenly, the club is filled with the sound of feedback. Lou Reed's Metal Machine music now fills every space in the club with its silvery, howling wash of sound. The uncomfortable dichotomy of the music arouses your senses at their most base. Was this album just a joke by the provocateur Lou Reed? As this erotic parade too is a joke? Is it instead a challenge to the listener, as Shasta's increasingly angry screeds are meant to be? Shasta gives a quick nod of approval to your song choice. This is just the thing to liven up this dreadful evening. How exquisitely awful, you think to yourself, as you wait for your absinthe.
Bravo.
Oh my God.
Bravo. You know what? That actually put me on edge, the whole scenario. And then the fucking music came on and I got not chills. What's the opposite of chills? Knives.
I was gonna say, the prickly sensation in the back of your neck. I mean, let me ask this, I guess, having said that, Is anybody in this group a fan of Metal Machine music? I probably should have asked that or ascertained that.
I am.
You are.
Let's just
I put that in the same category as Frank Zappa. I want to like Frank Zappa, and I try every few years to get into, but there's something impenetrable that I can't get through. And Metal Machine music is the same for me. What is it? How does it speak to you? I'm genuinely curious, Heather.
Well, first of all, I'm a huge Lou Reed fan.
I am too. I love Lou Reed, but this is the one, or not the only, but one of the things one of the selections in his discography that I just can't get into.
It matches the noise inside my head. I don't.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know. I have a big soft spot for like noise music and experimental music. I know, but hey, I also like Temple Woman by Cliff Richard. I am every woman. It is all in me. But no, I just find it fascinating. I find it a fascinating, compelling piece of music. I love the fact that it also doubles as a way to get people out of your house if you need to. So it's got a lot of uses. I dig it. I mean, is it something I throw on all the time? No. But I don't know. I mean, as somebody who also likes like early Swans and, Stockhausen and, music like that, I like it. I like it.
What's that that Neil Young put out with?
What is it called? I know what you're talking about.
You're talking about Trance?
No, Trance is a legit good album. I love Trance.
No, it is. Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that. He's talking about, it's an album just of his live feedback.
With that.
Weld. I think it's called Weld.
Oh my God, I'm looking that up. I have to hear those.
Yeah.
I think those two pair together, don't they? Metal Machine music, right?
Probably. You can probably like
in the time.
Yeah.
I love the picture you painted with this HP. I love
Thank
Shasta. And it sounds very much like, I'm trying to think, there's like a performance artist. I'm trying to think of her name. That was, she was in that terrible movie Dubidio, but it wasn't terrible because of her. I can't remember her name, but it kind of makes me think of something like that. Like what Shasta's whole routine. So I like it.
I just wanted to change it up a little bit. Like I wanted to, because there's a lot of like, this place is a dump and these dancers are completely, inappropriate for a strip club. I wanted something where these people are actually having a good time. It may not be my cup of tea, but to Father Malone's point, it may be someone else's cup of tea.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I would be fully erect at that club. Sorry.
Well, you'll have to check out the Wunderstrasser district. I'm sure this club is.
I'm on my way.
They throw in euros like they're going out of style. Be like, more my Liebchen, more yelling. My Bratwurst can't take any. Okay, well, I do not have a cute, clever segue from any of this to my pick. So I'm just going to go right into the substance, to the meat of it. That was a segue.
You've taken lots of chances before.
Regrets? You may have a few, but not nearly as many as our premium slice of beefcake coming to the stage over here at Frankie's Foxtrot in the hinterlands of the Pacific Northwest. Up here, we have Nick Tater Tot Steele. This 6'2" hunk is not only the man of your dreams, but is also the walking session of your nightmares. His man shake brings all the boys and girls to the yard, but whenever Alan Parsons' Project's Eye in the Sky starts playing, the audience goes from turned on to frozen with terror. The minute that iconic and melancholic chorus kicks in, Nick rips off his bottoms and then violently bends over to fully display his own eye in the sky as he starts screaming nonstop.
I am the eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind.
As the song finishes, this piece of primal scream therapy / performance art, oddly enough, is one of our biggest hits, with frightened patrons tentatively stuffing upwards to $50 and $100 bills in his quivering and slightly agape manhole.
I can read your mind. I can read your mind.
Whoa! Wow!
Wow, that paints
is
a picture.
portrait. Yeah, that's a mural. That,
I have a lot of issues.
oh, it's funny. You made me think. There's a diner in Portland, Maine. It's like this drag queen hangout diner where they serve tater tots. And for some reason, you mentioned tater tots, and then it was, yeah. Anyway, that's where I was imagining this act happening.
Oh my God. I love that. I love that. I would totally eat tater tots at that place too.
Oh yeah, they're delicious.
But not the tater tot of our.
No, not
my
anything to do with
pastiche.
the painting you just painted. No, nothing.
I find random yelling very funny too, so I had to put that somewhere in here. This kind of pairs up well with Shasta.
A little bit. Yeah, no, Eye in the Sky. That's a surprising pick. It's, I don't know. I mean, I like the song, but I can almost believe somewhere, somehow that song is actually being played in a real strip club somehow. I don't know. I didn't find it as melancholy as you're describing it, I guess.
It's a sad song. Have you looked at the lyrics?
Well, it's a creepy song because it's about this guy, it's like typically like, I'll be watching you. It's that kind of thing. I'm the eye in the sky looking at you. I can read your mind. It's creepy. It probably is not, it wouldn't pass muster these days, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's, and it's kind of an outlier in their catalog because I like some of their earlier proggy stuff, but I guess I never thought of it in those terms.
Forget lyrically, just musically, it's like the worst. You would never want to hear it in any sort of sexual situation.
This is true.
No.
When I think of that song, you know what I think of? I had a friend in grade school who had one of these little Casio keyboards, and it had a little demo key you could press. And when you press demo, it would play a little tinny Casio MIDI version of Eye in the Sky. Do, 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 do. I just, for some reason, I kept pressing that button and hearing that song. It kind of takes me back to 5th grade or whenever it was, that little keyboard.
Well,
Eye in the Sky.
Definitely not then.
No,
not in this context.
Yeah, no, I'm actually a fan of Alan Parsons Project. And yeah, their earlier stuff is amazing. But I like this era too. I just find it to me, it's just such an incredibly sad song. There's something very sad. It's riddled with despair, which I like artistically. But yeah, if you're trying to get it on or even, just a little bit, it doesn't do it justice. It's also the thought of a man bending over yelling. Wow,
I'll agree with you there.
I thought it'd be funny. So
Tasteful, yes, it was. Yes.
Thank you. Well, speaking of,
can I interrupt for a second?
Please do.
As you two are probably far more fans of prog rock than I am. So let me ask a question.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm a fan, yeah.
Is there any prog rock to bang to? Is it a bangable genre, or is it too just changing of genre midstream to like actually get it on?
There are a lot of tempo changes if you listen to a band like Caravan or anything like that. Emerson, Lake and Palmer is resoundingly unsexy. Their catalog,
they're very unbangable.
Yes. You might be onto something there. I'd have to think about it, Father Malone.
I think some of it. I think there's some Rush tunes. I could see maybe doing it too. Certain pieces by Magma.
I could see, you know what? It's not the proggiest song, but I could see a song like Tom Sawyer, which is kind of a good, that's aggressive.
That's so
I can see that,
though. You know what I mean? That's an outline.
Yeah, but in the same way that, like, I would say it's tone wise, it's probably right up there with The Stroke by Billy Squier, which I also probably wouldn't name to.
Oh my God. No, there's no sex in the VIP room. There's no sex to The Stroke by Billy Squier.
It wouldn't be a delicate session.
No, it would be aggressive. By the way, just speaking of interruptions, I want to interrupt for one moment. Correction. The Neil Young album is not Weld. It's Ark is the one with all the feedback. My mistake. I'll proceed.
Art, Weld, Metal Machines. It's all of a piece.
Actually,
it's all metal.
Something that may speak to your point, though, Milan, is this may be TMI, but my first serious boyfriend back in my early college days, he once tried to set the mood of seduction to Jethro Tull, which that alone was an issue.
Oh,
no. It gets worse.
Youngster, What the fuck?
No, it gets worse. It was Bongle in the Jungle.
Bongo in the jungle. Well, that's all right. It's by me. Yes.
Yeah,
That is a terrible song anyway.
Spoiler alert, no sex happened that night. So to anybody
I don't
listening,
blame anyone in this. I blame him. I don't blame Jesus.
Yeah. Deservedly so. He got what was coming to him if you picked that song up.
Oh my God. I can't hear that song even now and just shudder with just embarrassment. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
So no prog rock, I guess, is bangable, is what we've come to.
Well, I think there are small exceptions. Is it the sexiest genre as a whole? Maybe not. So I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
I'll have to revisit this in a later episode.
We should.
To be continued, yeah.
I think if you're listening, please comment somewhere. Let us know where you fall in the prog rock bangable debate.
And if you think it's bangable, tell us what are your selections. What prog rock sets the mood?
We'll put your selections on the Spotify playlist.
That is for the future. We're living in the present now. Father Malone, what is your third and final choice for our strip club from hell?
I'm living on the edge of Houston. Anyway.
The last selection is for a coastal town. That might conjure quaint cottages and lighthouses, pastoral New England dunes. This is more Pacific Northwest, shrouded in impenetrable mist, blue collar, beat down. There's one industry here, but the industry itself doesn't matter. It's the sole supplier of employ. And on the edge of that industry, nestled near a stretch of train track that sits in disuse, that's where we'll find the Bunny Hop Gentlemen's Club, a name that promises a mid-century dream within. Hope dies first in a seaport town. The interior is more than dim, though it surely is that. Lit solely by the citronella candles on the individual tables, it is dank, musty. The nearby ocean creep would be bad enough, but there's that mist. It coats everything and everyone. It's showtime, and several sets of Halloween undersea cave spotlights, the kind that one neighbor leaves their house bathed in well within spitting distance of Thanksgiving. I'm talking about myself. Those watery lights shine on a pressed tin ceiling in the tiny stage below. Ripples of blue and green trace silhouetted contours of objects and patrons you'd rather not know in the harsh light of day. Are those the sounds of a guitar disguised as a mandolin? Is that honeyed voice here to entice you with tales of nautical naughtiness? Oh, yes. And oh, no.
That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side.
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot sloshes over the room. As the rhyming chant of facts and figures of Great Lakes and greater storms begin to nestle at the base of your brain, Gichigumi doesn't so much take the stage as wash upon it. Every inch of her glistens from the rain, the sea, the foam. The choice is yours. But the classic Gloucesterman olive drab rubber slickers that cover, shield, and, oh yes, obscure her features leave no choice but to keep your libido buoyed by the ever-rising tide of mystery. From the top of the wide-brimmed cap that hides even a hint of her eyes, to the heavy, industrial, nearly floor-length slicker that terminates just high enough to give you a glimpse of the filth-encrusted boots that poke from beneath a set of unforgiving waders.
Fellas, it ain't too rough to feed you tonight. Your good ship and crew are in peril, but the water will be going out, you dig. Tell the captain to wire that.
Gichigumi slowly sloughs off each of the rubber separates, though beneath thermal woolen underclothes swell double their size with lake water, and are darker than the Marianas Trench. And like that inner space hell, they'll never give up their secrets. Those early gales of November never sounded so good, and aquatic asphyxiation never looked so mouth-watering. That's not the smell of marine life taking the air as Gichigumi struggles to maintain balance, the floor slick with unnatural dew, and the heavy rubber clothing strewn immovable around the stage. That's a primal smell, the smell of rain, of a monsoon, of the deluge that cooled this world and will drown it once more. They still believe in coin here. Paper is for folding and burning. Paper floats away, but steel is steel, iron is iron. As the song winds down, a shower of coins glint in the citronella gloom, peppering the stage and our girl. You don't have to hold one in your hand to know that it's a doubloon.
That was poetry. And I'm not even being like, trying to be like, oh, ironic or funny. That was like fucking beautiful.
Thank you.
It paints such a picture. It feels to me so briny and waterlogged, and just, the film across everything that you touch just seems, it's so perfectly matched to the song. I love that. That was brilliant.
Thank you very much. I wanted the environment to match the tune and how gross it would be in a sexual environment.
Well, even just the idea of citronella candles on all the tables. I mean, I have the sense memory of what that smells like on a summer evening, that gross, there's nothing appealing about that. The picture you paint, Father Malone. Well done.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Great song choice too, which again, a song I enjoy, but agree. Yeah, it's perfect for a strip club from hell. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have nothing against the songs that I've chosen. It's just that in this scenario and with the scenario painted with song, it's not going to be fun for anybody.
Which I love. I love Chef's Kiss. That was, yes. Oh my goodness. Well, HP, as we rinse the salt water off of our shivering, traumatized forms.
You had me, but I never had you.
Welcome to the Sad Lion. You've heard interesting things about this place. The sales rep said it was like no other strip club you'd ever been to. And really, when's the next time you're going to be in Fresno anyway? Making your way past the tables to the bar, something doesn't feel right. But you can't quite put your finger on it. It feels both desperate and intense. That's just the long day of work talking. Try to convince yourself. The bartender seems strangely devoid of emotion as he pours you a pint and slinks back behind the bar. You try to shake off this unsettled feeling and start to drink your beer. The show's about to begin after all. The MC shuffles his way to the center of the stage and starts to talk in a hushed voice. If you didn't know any better, you'd swear he was on the verge of tears. Would you please welcome to the stage Felicia. Everyone, Felicia. A woman in a tattered negligee walks to the stage to muted claps from several patrons. You think to yourself, she's kind of pretty, but something's off. It's in her eyes. They seem blank and devoid of happiness. Then the song begins. John Lennon sings, "Mother, you had me, but I never had you." Yes, it's John Lennon's song Mother off of his first solo album. Felicia is not really dancing, just rocking back and forth in a mockery of body movement. And the song just keeps going on and on and on. The musical backing is cold and precise, which only highlights John Lennon's desperate howling. Lennon's impassioned attempt to exorcise the demons of his neglected upbringing washes over you like a slap across the face. Somewhere, perhaps, the founder of Primal Scream Therapy, Arthur Janov, is nodding grimly in assent. But you're not nodding. Your gaze is set squarely on the floor, the better to avoid all eye contact. It was a mistake to come here, you think to yourself. By the time Lennon is shrieking, "Mama, don't go, Daddy, come home," you've been well shaken to your core. You stumble your way out of the club, frantically tossing a few bills to the bartender, and try to decide if it's too late to give your own mother a call to tell her that you love her.
Yes.
Horrible stuff.
I will.
It's a sort of a bookend with your choice of mother, Father Malone.
Absolutely. All the mothers do not belong in the strip club. Sorry.
They talk about somebody doesn't want their baby on the pole. Nobody wants their mama on the pole.
No, no one it's hard for me to conceive of a song that would banish all sexual thoughts from my mind than Mother. John Lennon howling in pain at the end, just over and over. Mother, don't go, daddy, come home. Oh, it's
est right there.
Yeah.
It is. That's exactly right.
Even held of est.
Yeah. Ironically, my uterus just died. Thank you very much.
Nothing ironic about it. That's what that picture meant.
Thanks, John Lennon. No, that was excellent. Excellent. I loved your prose with it. I loved the picture you painted. And by love, I mean, I'm going to have nightmares, but I respect.
It was a
Respect it all.
mistake to come here.
It was.
That's what at every nightclub you'll have that thought at some point.
Well,
this is good.
Speaking of mistakes, I believe it's my turn.
Yes.
And
Can't wait.
Without further ado, coming to the stage of Slammer's House of Fun is the inimitable Randy Rocket of a woman, Miss Griselda Stump Dump Watkins. This daughter of 1,000 Waffle House fry cooks likes to pay homage to her daddies with her signature bump and grind move, the scattered, smothered, and chopped. Griselda might be day shift shrimp to some, but this astrophysicist of ass shaking has good taste in music, as evidence to her song of choice, Bucket of Blood by Big Boy Groves.
Bucket of blood, bucket of blood, bucket of blood.
Sure, her striptease has been called a biohazard by local law enforcement as well as OSHA, but the lady has a calling that can only be met while that rollicking 1962 ode to violent dewdrop in starts to play.
Bucket of blood, bucket of blood, bucket of blood, bucket of blood.
Short and sweet, like Griselda herself.
Like Griselda, the daughter of 1,000 Waffle House fried cooks.
Like Freddie Krueger.
That was, I was going to say, that's a great callback to Nightmare on Elm Street. That's fantastic.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with this song. This is a little rough gem of just like, it's a song that sounds like it was recorded in a dewdrop in. And I love it so much. It's a great song. It's not sexy at all, but there's a literal line about something like you reach out a hand, you'll pull back a stump, and then you get the chorus, bucket of blood, bucket of blood.
I vaguely remember this song. Nevertheless, we're all going to learn it right here.
Unfortunately, this song is not on Spotify, but it is on YouTube. So.
We'll find it. I'm going to trust me. We don't need the Spotify playlist to hear it here.
Fantastic. But this rounds up our trip to the various dens of iniquities in our hearts.
I feel gross.
I think we all might have some various rare strains of BD.
I need a shower, I think, to wash off the memory of these songs.
Of the Silkwood shower. Would you guys be open to a quick mini quiz?
Oh, hell yes.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
And
I love these.
It is all themed towards the art of exotic dancing. So,
oh, God in heaven.
All right, gentlemen, without further ado, this is a multiple choice. Excuse me. I'm going to list 3 songs, and you have to tell me which one has lyrics that refer to quote unquote white trash strippers.
Gotcha.
Song number 1, Blue Heat by Cabaret Voltaire. Song number 2, Maria is a Mystery by David Allan Coe. And song number 3, Build a Better Garden by Andy Preboy.
I would go B.
I was going to go with B also, but in the interest of the game, I'll say C because I think it's probably, you're throwing us off the scent. I'm going to say C.
Is that final choices?
Yes.
Yep.
HP. You got it. Andy Preboy. By the way, that's one of the greatest songs ever written. I highly recommend it. Andy Preboy is a genius. Now, question number 2. Which famous burly Q dancer once dated Playboy impresario and alleged creep, that's probably not alleged, Hugh Hefner? Is it Lily St. Cyr, Tempest Storm, or C, Candy Bar?
B.
Is there a D, all of the above?
No, there's no D.
I'm going to say...
It's a double D. Hello.
I will go with A.
Okay, final answers?
Yes.
You're both wrong. Sorry.
Oh,
It's candy bar. Candy bar.
Ooh, what was the time frame for this alleged liaison?
Sometime in the early 70s?
So he was still virile at that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As my heart will throw up. Yeah. Candy bar's so cute though. But Father Malone, I think you were thinking what my heart thinks every time I think of Tempest Storm.
Yeah.
I feel love in my heart.
Yeah, exactly. I just like to know your name, so I'm always going to pick her.
Yeah, it's fair.
By the way, I like Hugh Hefner. I'm not standing up for him necessarily. And I know he's got a lot of creepy behavior, but at the same time, I think he did a lot of good.
I'm more of a Larry Flint /
Oh, certainly.
girl.
Like in the realm of pornographers, and he was definitely a pornographer, I think, because we're best friends, Hugh. Yeah, obviously Flint is the fucking man, like.
Yeah, and I love Al Goldstein. Those two
But there would be no Larry Flint without Hugh Hefner, though. So you have to give the man his due. Creep though he might have been.
He walked so Flint could run.
Yes.
I'm
not making a wheelchair joke there. I'm just saying. Like,
I didn't take it like that, but now that you mention it.
It sounded like you took it like that. I want to clarify that I was not doing that.
Okay, now moving on. Can either one of you name at least 2 strip clubs that are name checked in Motley Crue's song "Girls, Girls, Girls"?
I can. Crazy Horse,
the Seventh Veil,
Seventh Veil.
Girls, for one, right? No,
that's not the name.
Damn it!
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember when I lived there. The strip clubs that were on the Sunset Strip.
Crazy Horse, the Seventh Veil, and Crazy Horse are the 2 that I remember most. And that little like breakdown in the middle where they're kind of conversationally like talking. Hey, Tommy, look over there. That's
the song is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
I actually do love some Motley Crue, but that's not one of them. But okay, well, HP, you get it. Malone, you were close. There also could have mentioned Menage a Trois. That's another one mentioned, and I forgot the others because I was too busy thinking about Livewire, which is a better Motley Crue song. I love that song.
Better clubs. They're better like clubs than those guys were going to. Those clubs are gross.
Those are the ones they didn't get banned from, I think.
Yeah, right. Those are the ones that they still like respected, the big haired gentleman.
Yeah, it's like Afteriosos. Yeah. Our final question, and I think this will be the water to baptize us. This will cleanse our souls because it's rooted in all that is good and holy. True or false? Genius actor Timothy Carey took dancing inspiration from a stripper he saw in New Orleans when he was working on his unforgettable role as Ulysses in the film Bayou.
See, there's so much truth in it that it must be false.
Yeah, I'm again in the interest of this game, I'll say true, but I do give you kudos for sneaking in Timothy Carey because I know how much you love him. And this is your way of, sneaking him into every Noise Junkies episode. So kudos. I'm going to say true.
All right, is that your final answers, both of you?
Sure.
HP's right.
Oh, come on.
No, I swear to God, no, Timothy Carey for his amazing dance sequence in Bayou, where at one point he's literally removing his shirt while swinging a woman around by her hair. Which is such a fucking power move. I love him.
That might be the ultimate power move.
It's up there. It's up there. But he legit all the gyrations and hip shaking from a stripper he saw in New Orleans. This is truth.
Well, congrats for me losing everything. Congrats.
Oh no!
Congrats for your HB for winning the quiz.
We're all winners.
That's right. We're all winners in this game.
That's right.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth. HP, though, I feel like I should make it like a statue that's like golden pasties or something for winning.
I like to thank my mother for making this all possible. No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, my God. Well, guys, I don't think I've ever been more proud to be part of a show that I am tonight, because you two not only brought you always bring an A game, but you guys out. I feel like I've heard better writing tonight than I've read in anything new in a long time. You both are so brilliant. I loved all the picks. I loved your descriptions. I'm so proud of you both.
It was fun.
It was really fun, and I could easily say the same thing about what you've written. I mean, you painted wonderful, and by that I mean awful,
terrible,
scabby, disgusting pictures. But you did a wonderful job.
All your stories were gross.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love having the sentences fucking A, all your stories are gross. That's totally going on my CV. Well, before we wrap this up, guys, I know you two are true Renaissance men. What have you guys been working on? What do you want to plug? Tell us, the listeners and friends, Romans alike. Father Malone, you first. What have you been working on?
I have a radio drama called Dark Destinations that I write and produce. You can check that out over at weirdingwaymedia.com, where you will also hear my podcast, Midnight Viewing, the horror anthology podcast, where we're wrapping up our look at Night Gallery, Rod Serling series, and we're about to start on Tales from the Dark Side. I actually now have a Patreon, so if you want to go to Patreon.com/Father Malone, membership will get you listening ad-free and access to early and exclusive content like Midnight Viewing. You get to hear it a week early. So head on over there.
Beautiful, beautiful. And HP, what about you?
So I do a podcast with my esteemed co-host, Father Malone, over here. It's called Night Mr. Walters, a taxi podcast. You can hear that also on Weirding Way Media. I am an occasional CultureCast guest with Chris Dashew, of course. I have a Bandcamp site called hpmusicplace.bandcamp.com for all of my musical nonsense. Check that out. And that's what I got going on. What do you have going on, Heather? Where can people find you?
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you. Of course, you can find me in all my various sundry activities at Linktree, linktree.com/Mondo Heather. There you'll find my website, mondoheather.com, my Patreon, which is Mondo Heather, my Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter because fuck it. Instagram. I recently just did an episode of the Movies from Hell podcast where we got to talk about the Flesh trilogy made by Michael Finlay, who was a great auteur. And of course, I too have appeared on episodes of CultureCast, including a few with these two gentlemen. We love Chris Dashew and we love Weirding Way Media, so please support that. And all that, linktree.com/Mondo Heather. And all right, well, guys, thank you so much. And we will be back far sooner than later, our dear listeners. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this wild and woolly trip. I hope everybody does not have the scabies, but if you do, please go to your doctor. And in the meantime, have a good night. Be safe, be good to each other, and we'll talk to you soon.